Oh, I see you got your sign and everything, huh?
Oh yeah, and
You
Skid
represent-
Row, the residents, we're very serious about rebranding our community.
I like
because,
that.
Historically, Skid Row has always been branded as a negative, downtrodden area for transients. We have a lot of people that are just simply suffering from extreme poverty. When I say people, we're talking about the residents, we're talking about majority African American, as you said in the introduction. And, in 2007, we started a positive movement. The Skid Row residents started a positive movement because all the funding that comes to Skid Row, it either goes to some form of housing, whether it be transitional or permanent supportive housing, or some form of recovery. There's no funding that comes for positive programming. So in essence, there's nothing to do all day.
Right.
So people standing around, and then when you have law enforcement coming in criminalizing, and they can get us on loitering all day, every day, because there's nothing to activate our community with. So we decided to activate our own community. And so that's why on this sign it says elevated in 2008, because we started in 2007, but it didn't begin to elevate till 2000. We started on basketball league, we started on chess club, we've got 2 theater groups that write, produce, and perform on stage plays. We've got a lot, all with zero funding. Our own cleanup campaigns, we've done a lot over the last
Man, we're going to get into all of that. Really
Excellent.
appreciate your time being here. General, first of all, how'd you become the mayor of Skid Row? How'd you get that title? Were you elected? How did that come about?
Well, it's not an official title, It's a terms of endearment, if you will, a title of endearment. It's a writer, a news reporter liked what I was doing at the time, and did an article in November 2009. And then CNN, another station, TV station, saw that, picked it up, and they said, "Oh, we like that. We want to interview this guy. Who is this guy? We want to do a story." And then when the CNN piece came, it was international.
So you weren't somebody that was homeless yourself. You were just somebody that cared enough. What's your background?
Well, I'm born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, and the house that I was born and raised in, my family still owns to this day. And so, and I'm also a West Coast hip hop pioneer. Been halfway around the world, but at some point in time, I got tired of living out of a suitcase. I wanted to help in the hood in South Central, but the gang culture was too prevalent.
Okay.
And so one of the youngsters out of those series of meetings said, "Oh, gee, I see you got a big heart. If you want to help people, you should go to Skid Row." And I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do that." And finally got so frustrated, I went to Skid Row, and I realized I don't really know enough. I don't know anything about homelessness. I know of Skid Row and I know of homelessness, but I don't know the specifics enough to help. And so I intentionally reduced myself to a state of homelessness, and was living in abandoned warehouses, abandoned houses, living in cars, alleys, crack houses. All, just to try to get the full effervescence of what homelessness really entailed. And so after that, then I moved into Skid Row in August of 2006, and I've been there ever since.
All right, well, we appreciate
So
what
you
you're
live on the street right now?
No, I live in Skid Row. I'm indoors.
So Skid Row, you have apartments over there?
I have housing. You're correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
But when I first went there, I was homeless, absolutely, because I reduced myself to a state of homelessness, before I got there. So in August 2006, when I arrived in Skid Row, I was absolutely homeless.
We're going to get...